All rise, because Judge Andrew Napolitano is here. And Judge, I hear the death penalty is not on the table here.
I don't think it is. I mean, at some point the government will have to say with certainty whether or not it is seeking the death penalty. The law permits the government to seek the death penalty. Again, this is in the military context now. In a desertion case, when and if somebody died as a result of the desertion. The government has alleged, however, that 5 soldiers lost their lives in the several dozen efforts by the military to find and to rescue him. So they have the basis for it. The question is, do they want to do it? And that's a bigger picture. Did this guy really visit so much harm on the United States military by his desertion? Remember, he was away in captivity for 5 years.
Right.
That he is worthy of the death penalty? Is that going to advance the ball, or is that going to turn the clock back?
I saw some other language that was talking about during time of war and desertion. And that gets into a point you've made many times before. Is this a time of war?
Right, but this looks like a war and feels like a war and smells like a war and kills like a war, but legally it's not a war because Congress has not declared war. I don't think that would bar the use of the death penalty here. I think the courts would give the Congress a little bit more credence and the military a little bit of wiggle room. I just don't think that they're going to seek it. This case, if I may, is very problematic for the president. Guess who the first witness will be for the defense when the trial occurs after January 20th, 2017? Former President Obama. Didn't your people say he served well with honor and distinction? Yes. Didn't you think it was worth sending 5 of the most evil people on the planet to bring him back so that he could be free? Yes. Didn't you celebrate his return with his parents? Yes.
Are these military tribunals open to the public?
Yes, yes. This will look and feel very much like a civilian courtroom, except that the judge will be wearing a uniform and the jurors will be wearing a uniform. But the process, the procedure, and the rules of evidence are nearly identical.
Well, Monica, I mean, already the defense lawyers are saying, look, he was captured, he was in a cage, he was beaten. I mean, don't you feel sorry for the guy?
Well, but there have to be consequences to his action, and that's what the military code of conduct and justice is all about. And the judge's point is very interesting. I want to ask you, Judge, can they call the former commander-in-chief as a witness? Or can the president invoke executive privilege? Is there some sort of separation of powers argument he can make?
That's why I said that I think the trial will take place after January 20th, 2017, when he's the former president. They can't call him now because this is the military. This is a chain of command, and he could trump that. But when he's a civilian, absolutely can be called. And let me tell you that Sergeant Bergdahl, I don't know where the funds are coming from, has arguably the best military defense lawyer in the United States in Eugene Fidel, who is absolutely fearless. The flip side of this is Fidel doesn't want a trial. The government doesn't want a trial.
Will this settle?
I think it will. And it may very well settle for a very short period of incarceration.
In other words, make this thing go away.
Yes.
Does that come from the White House to the Pentagon to say make this thing go away?
Probably. Probably. I mean, one wonders why the president authorized this prosecution, knowing that it is politically toxic for him. Flip side of that is, look at the way he's been behaving since the Republicans took control of the Congress. He doesn't care what's politically toxic.
He doesn't care, but the problem is, as Catherine Herridge reported on Fox News, that at least 3 of the 5 top Taliban commanders are now back in touch with their fellow terrorists and have rejoined the fight.
And let me say a word about Catherine Herridge. I cannot say enough good things about her. She also reported there was no negotiation for Bergdahl. Her sources told her, the Taliban said, you want him? Give us these 5. Nothing else is negotiable. And the government, gave them everything they wanted.
This administration's ability to negotiate anything.
Or willingness to negotiate, which is nil. Yeah.